All right, everybody, welcome back to Sherlock Holmes. I think this is probably going to be the last episode based on, I'm pretty sure this is the last case, and the last two cases we finished really quickly. Like, we did like a case and a half in the previous episode. So I'm excited to see the end of this.
Yeah.
I think all we saw of this case was that Kate is missing, Sherlock's adopted daughter, and I'm sure it's going to have to do with Alice, I think her name is, the person who we don't know why she's so interested in Kate. It could be because they're siblings, but we found out who Alice's father was, and it was a criminal that Sherlock previously convicted. But she said she didn't have any any desire for vengeance on Sherlock. So I don't know. Guess we'll find out.
Yeah.
So I assume we're gonna go check out her bedroom.
Kate, are you here?
Well, obviously not, or Watson wouldn't have said he couldn't find her. The curtains are drawn. Yeah.
I'm just gonna imagine that like she was just like in the bathroom,
Yeah.
and like Watson's just like a 1800s British mentality. Women poop, and just like astounded that like a girl goes to the bathroom, and just compounded on the fact that like he's a doctor.
Hey Holmes, you don't need to repair your window just yet, because this is not over, you filthy scum. Do you think that putting Percy behind the bars will save you? We are many, and you won't be able to track us all. So that was 2 cases ago. And then this should be the one from the most recent case. Mr. Holmes, we took care of Meryl Butcher for as long as we were able, as per your request. She was very brave, but she passed away at 4 a.m. this morning. As she has no surviving family, what should we do with the body? Sincerely, Dr. Blowberry. So that was the daughter of the guy we convicted in the last case. Or arrested.
Oh wait, she died?
Yeah, that's what it said. Like, 'cause she needed that treatment in Stockholm, but I guess she couldn't get it.
Oh shit.
Well, justice.
I can see why most people absolved.
Yeah. That's ink on blood, I think, on the bed.
She was writing something.
That is a gigantic pen.
Kate took her diary. What happened here? Why would she take her suitcase?
She's moving away with Alice.
Why was it left open?
Because I think she was angry because we didn't...
But this also seems rushed.
Yeah.
Right, everything's like still out in the open.
Kate packed her things and left. I don't understand.
Yeah, maybe she's just running away from home.
What's that? The sound came from Alice's room. Alice!
Whoa.
Kate! Kate! Where are you?
Oh, he's just... Yeah, it's like having a hit anxiety attack or something.
Oh god, we're...
It's like I gotta turn on my little performance measurement window over here to make sure I'm not dropping frames. Forgot to do that. Yeah, we're doing good. Nice. Okay. Well, where'd I get this axe from, dude?
Are we in his mind palace?
Maybe. Sounds like he's actually... Oh, I think this is like he's really breaking down Alice's room. Yeah.
Where is my
door.
daughter?
Your daughter? You don't have one, Mr. Holmes. You never did.
My God! My daughter, what did you do to her?
What you could never do. I made her happy.
I don't care what you think. Where is Kate?
You fool. You're useless to her. Why even bother?
Why do I don't really want to slap her.
Holmes, this is useless. She won't talk.
I'll make
I was gonna say, could you have objected?
I didn't see the eject button. Was there one?
I'll take care of
Oh no, I heard the ticking.
Yeah, I think that was because I had it. There was like a time limit to choose what dialogue option.
Ah.
Oh, can I slap her now? Oh. Okay, I can investigate. Angry. Used the chalk. Oh, for the for that, I guess.
I remember this place from my last visit. It's different now. Something was taken from here. I remember this place from my last visit. It's different now. Something was taken from here.
The book. Okay. The grimoire. Ouija board. Nope, that's the same. The photograph. The cradle.
This will
Nope.
not change anything, Mr.
This is what I heard from upstairs.
The wheelchair. Wait, is that the same cradle? Does it count? It just moved? I don't know. Let's find out.
No, I think the wheelchair was there from last time.
Yeah, yeah. But the so some of the other stuff is just missing, but the here's the wheelchair's over here. Okay, so I don't know if we're looking for what's been moved around or what's missing entirely.
Choice is not entirely
Okay, it seems like
correct.
that's not, because the wheelchair's actually still here, and the cradle's actually still here.
Choice is not entirely correct.
Damn, this is a book right here somewhere. Oh. I mean, the candles are melted. No, does that count?
Choice is not entirely correct.
What am I looking for? Objects that have disappeared. Okay, so I assume that's explainable.
Well, there is that painting.
Oh, the portrait. Okay, I see that.
Choice is not entirely correct.
Whoop, let's go. Oh, no, the mirror's over there. The wheelchair is put over there.
What about that grandfather clock behind Alice?
Move it. We're looking for things that have disappeared, not up here. But it's
Oh,
not.
okay.
It's not one of the, it's. Oh, it was over here before. It's not one of
Such
the.
Oh,
a
okay.
room, Holmes.
Choice is not entirely correct.
What is missing? Yeah, it looks like to me just the grimoire and the table of practice. That means. Unless it just means all the things that are different without just running around selecting everything. Except for the cupboard. There's something. Was it Watson? Yeah. What? I guess I'll just change. I'll click everything that's different, I guess, even if it's still around. Long case clock. Nope,
Choice
that's
is not entirely correct.
Well, that's definitely still different. This is still. Oh. Wait. Oh, I hit the wrong buttons. candles. Alright, here we go. That's still here. That is actually missing, as far as I can tell. This is still in the room. This is still in the room. It's still in the room. That's still in the room. The candles, I don't know if it counts, because, like, oh, there you go.
Portrait of Alice's father, William Hamilton, and some items required to conduct a seance are missing.
I mean, the candles aren't missing, they're just melted. Okay. Oh, cemetery. Okay. I wonder if it's a complete red herring and, like, Alice has nothing to do with it.
The lead goes to the cemetery. Watson, keep an eye on her.
Can you talk to her?
Let's see.
I'll stay here with Alice.
This will not change anything, Mr. Holmes.
Ah,
Oh, I can't fast travel for some reason.
Kate, are you here?
Back to the Mind Palace.
Kate, what did she do to you? Cross it. Cross it. Find the crypt. Go to the old cemetery. Alice brought them to perform the ritual. That's where Alice's father was buried. Those candles have been alight for almost 3 hours.
Are we actually at the crypt now?
I guess.
Yeah, you just kind of skipped over the travel, I guess.
Felled by bullet. Go to the old cemetery. Felled by bullet. Scholar of words.
What's that read?
It looks like nonsense.
Digging giant. Kate's suitcase. Why did she leave it here? Kate's diary.
I'm with Alice at the cemetery. We're going to speak to her father. The ceremony scares me, of course, but I'm excited too. I shouldn't allow myself to feel scared, as what is to follow will be even scarier. She is so beautiful. She's prepared the candles, the portrait. She looks so relaxed. I cannot prevent myself from trembling. She begins. She calls him. She is turning in on herself, and she is muttering. I cannot understand, as she speaks a strange language. She is holding chalk sticks in both of her hands. I am trembling. I cannot help it. Her eyes are white. Her movements are convulsive, as one in the throes of death. She doesn't see me. She begins to speak as him, and it's horrible. I want to cry. She is writing everywhere with both sticks of chalk. It's exciting.
Where do we
She's like
find him, Father?
Finding that live. She's like writing that live in her diary as
She's clearly Holmes' daughter.
I know the answer to your question.
I can't believe that Alice made my little girl go through all this. Damned woman! Trampled by feet.
I was trying to like put these together in the right order or something.
Crossing. 4 others. These writings constitute a single message, a guide.
I could like shoot Just order them something.
Trampled.
Oh, there's a door.
I'll just leave.
Left.
Uh-huh.
Kate! Oh my god.
What the fuck?
Salus's father mummified.
What?
Salus's father
what?
mummified.
I have no idea what's real or not anymore. Snake nests and conspiracy. In the district of St. Victor, while in the act of demolishing an old house, masons have uncovered a nest of snakes which has spawned upwards of 100 squirming reptiles. The reptiles did inhabit the bottom of a well, long since dried up. In the middle of this snake nest, there was the skeleton of a child who had likely plunged down the well to his or her death. Surprisingly, the skeleton in question was still holding a red Morocco portfolio, much disintegrated apart from one legible strip of paper which read, "Do not reveal the plot." We found this article earlier, last episode.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. I still have no idea what it means.
Madame Destiny. Storm. A map of British rivers. Alice keeps her father's belongings in this room, even the canteen from his boat. Salus's father mummified.
It's fucking weird.
Oh, there's the bed.
Alice sleeps here. Alice is not merely peculiar, she is mentally ill. I hope Kate didn't see this. This witch. Alice, she brought my daughter even further. They followed this direction in this message. They went to the old cemetery.
Should I just leave now? Yes. Oh, old cemetery, alright. Like it was just labeled old cemetery.
Hold on, Kate.
So we're looking for the things that match this message. Go to the old cemetery and find the crypt on the crossings of 4 others. Felled by bullets, scholar of roads, earth-digging giant, and trampled by feet. Okay, so we're gonna find like 4 gravestones that have this. And then in the middle is gonna be what we're looking for. These are like the cause of death, I guess. Okay.
I need to recall some facts about certain famous people buried in this cemetery. I need to recall some facts about certain famous people buried in this cemetery.
Doesn't seem related. Yeah. Maybe Scholar of Roads.
Or Earth-digging giant.
Why earth digging? Oh, because of the
Hotness.
hotness. Okay, we'll come back to this one. I don't think it's really isn't strong, but no. Unnamed crypt.
Was shot in a duel.
Yeah. Okay, this one. All right. Interesting.
Mm.
This is where we started, I think. Yeah. I don't know how many we missed. Tall. He's the earth-digging giant. These are archaeologists.
Mm-hmm.
Governor of Jamaica. So he's not the. So we're looking for Scholar of Roads and Trampled by Feet.
Mm-hmm.
Scholar of Roads. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Then
Because of cartographer.
yeah. So we're just looking by Trampled by Feet, so someone who died in a stampede or something. I think we went a circle. Oh, come on. Okay. Maybe up here. We're gonna pick that one. Killed by now.
Killed by Napa.
Okay. Huh. I like how he just like tries to shoulder slam these doors before he even, sees if they're unlocked.
Kate! Kate!
Kate, my dear child, I do not know when you will hear this message, but I
Oh,
do
it's
know
audio
that
recording
one day
on the phonograph.
Kate,
Mm.
my blood, my light. I rue the day I lost you in the living world. Death is nothing to me, except to leave you behind and with him. Holmes. Sherlock Holmes. Will you have to understand that he is your worst.
I wonder if we played the other games, if we would know who this is, or if it was off screen.
I mean, I'm
Pretty sure this is
guessing-
Moriarty though.
Yeah, that's
Holmes. I'm certain that he never understood you. I'm sorry for that. I hope you didn't cry too often having him as your father. I trusted that you made him cry. Don't distress yourself, my child. I died by his hand. But your questions are over since you now know. You are my daughter. What matters is that you continue my work. Join our cause and you'll be Empress of Evil.
Empress of Evil. Are you serious?
Flesh before Holmes' eyes and in front of the world. Kate Moriarty has arrived.
up.
Nailed it. With a sweaty forehead.
Moriarty. You.
Also, Jake says in chat that about the door thing that breaking it,
Everything now. Why did it
entering
have
is
to be
just
like
Sherlock's
this?
default mode.
It's the sign of a true detective.
Young Kate. Father. The Dynamics of an Asteroid. Work by Professor James Moriarty.
Is an astrologer. My observation of the asteroid movement through my telescope led me to the discovery of two new stars, which I called Merak and Adhil. Together with other dim stars, they create a marvelous constellation, and its shape reminds me of my dear girl, Caitlin.
A metal star with an extremely precise carving. Yep.
The bundle? Can you not?
Young Kate. Metal. Young.
There's like bundles of. Oh.
Yeah, I don't know what the exclamation point means. I guess we're supposed to pay attention to that. Maybe we'll find. It looks like a key or something, right? But I can't pick it up.
Yeah, maybe we have to interact with something else first.
Yeah, Jake, so this is the first game we played in the series, so I don't know how much of this is covered in other games, but Kate is Sherlock's adopted daughter, and we knew that she was actually the daughter of some criminal that Sherlock took care of, and now it seems like she's discovered that she's the daughter of Moriarty. I don't know if we would have known that if we played the rest of the games or not.
However, it was kind of easy to guess. We guessed
Yeah.
it kind of from the onset.
Yeah, I mean, like, who else would be more interesting to have around? From childhood's hour I have not been, as others were I have not seen. As others saw, I could not bring my passions from a common spring. From the same source I have not taken my sorrow, I could not awaken my heart to joy at the same tone, and all I loved alone. Like, I'm totally ruining the rhyming scheme of this poem with my pronunciation and cadence. Then in my childhood, in the dawn of a most stormy life, was drawn from every depth of good and ill the mystery which binds me still. From the torrent or the fountain, from the red cliffs of the mountain, from the sun that round me rolled in its autumn tint of gold, from the lightning in the sky as it passed me flying by, from the thunder and the storm, and the cloud that took the form when the rest of heaven was blue, of a demon in my view. Oh, so Kate wrote this, I guess.
That's a ribbon from Kate's hair. Kate met her true father. I need to find Alice. I'll make her speak this time. Professor James Moriarty. Because I could not stop for death, kindly stop for me. Carriage held just ourselves. Immortality.
I mean, I feel like at least Moriarty must have been in the games, because like if you're going to make a series of Sherlock Holmes stories, you got to deal with Moriarty, right? You wouldn't want that to be like off screen.
Oh yeah, I'm sure there was probably an entire game or a couple of games that were devoted to him.
Metals.
Yeah, like, I don't understand why it's giving me the exclamation point.
Most people will come back to it later or something. So yes, it's return to Alice at Baker Street. I don't know.
I imagine as soon as you leave, you'll like work there.
Yeah. Am I locked?
It's blocked from the outside. What? Alice!
Accept your death, you fool!
You
Was that you doing that with the camera?
Yeah, I was spinning it around, but it was the game was locking up a little bit.
Come back, witch!
Oh. Now can I go back and get this obvious clue?
Keep your head, Sherlock. This is the only way to get out of here. Little star with an extremely precise...
Really? Okay. I guess to find where to use it first.
Oh, on the wall there, to your left. Nope.
Oh, make the constellation, I guess.
Moriarty must have set
Mhm.
up an astronomer's riddle here.
Astronomer's riddle. Is that a thing?
Moriarty must have set up an astronomer's riddle.
Oh, so we have to look at the
Yeah.
at the constellation.
Oh, did I pick it up already? Yeah, actually.
No, yeah, you picked it
Oh,
up,
there
so
we
you
go.
can grab the star now.
Okay, where is the paper? To do the whole thing.
So,
Oh yeah, I must have to like click on all. Oh man, really?
you have to start at the top of her head, and then the one to the right,
This one.
upright. Yeah. Or wait, no. Sorry, undo that.
This one.
That one there. Or not.
I mean, we could just do the ones that. Oh wait, did it like? Why did it? Oh, we have to do it like in order. Like it's gonna make one laser line or whatever, I guess, around the whole thing. Okay. I mean, we could just do the ones that look like it, right? Like, let's do that first, and then I'll take a screenshot of it or something.
No, because you're missing the top right.
Wait, what? Like this.
Yeah.
But it's not even like part of her body, though.
I know, but it's a part of that constellation.
Okay. Okay, so yeah, this is angled a little bit differently. I kind of want to just like take a screenshot of this real quick. Let's see. We're doing it live.
I think if you started at the bottom.
Okay. So I don't know if it's important that like some of these are bigger than other ones.
Yeah, that's the
It's
thing.
just
Where
like
it's
how
like,
bright the stars are or something.
Mhm.
Oh. Oh wow, this literally is the same.
Yeah, I thought you knew that.
I thought it was this other constellation over here. I just didn't even look at it. It is literally the same thing from the book.
Mhm.
Ace Detective, everybody. So is it like a thing you figure out what order to do them in, or do I just literally just transpose this?
I think you literally just transpose it.
Okay, well,
Nope, not that one.
not this one? No, it definitely is.
No, because you see there's one that's supposed to go through the middle.
No, but it's not this star. It's like this thing, right? See, like there's no star at this intersection right here.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
Wait. Oh, there we go. I'm just following this line around. It's a very convoluted constellation. What did I miss?
And then back down to the middle.
Aha.
Okay.
Hooray! What? Okay, this is like that Mayan temple all over again. Who built this? So, like, I mean, first of all, just like this is a huge crypt, right? Like Moriarty must have shelled out big money for this, right? And then, like, who did he fucking contract to build this, like, ridiculous puzzle?
Hold on, Kate. I'll find you.
One sec.
I feel like that's the ultimate symbol of wealth, is that you can just, like, have a huge fucking crypt
Yeah.
that has, like, puzzles
Yeah,
that
we
you've
haven't.
designed to, like, fool your arch nemesis after your death.
Yeah, I guess we haven't really moved on past the ancient Egyptians and the pharaohs, I guess.
I guess.
Their pyramids. Yeah, what the fuck? Like, why would you even build a secondary escape out of your own crypt? Like,
Watson!
Holmes, she tricked me.
Where's she gone? Watson, where?
I don't know. She left saying that
What?
she had to go and see a lady. A Mrs. Destiny?
how did she trick you?
She's a boat.
With her feminine
Over there,
wiles,
Watson.
Yeah.
she
Yeah.
showed me her ankle and winked.
Like, are we still?
Abducted Kate.
I don't know. Like, are we literally here, or is this in the Mind Palace? I don't even know.
No, I think we're literally here.
Kate is
Yeah.
with her.
So, like, how did Watson know to go here? Oh fuck! Why is the boat on fire? I like how she made a room for her dead father. Is the craziest thing that Holmes could have said. Not she mummified her father.
Hurry, Watson!
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
She got possessed.
Or that she's, like, doing seances with her mummified father in the other room.
Why is Holmes just chilling? Like, couldn't he help row or something?
I mean, you thought Watson only had to row 5 times. When they got
Yeah, I
there.
guess.
Stay here and hold on to the boat, Watson. Kate! Kate! Where are you?
Is there no one else on this boat?
I'm here! Just jump! Alice! I'm afraid! I know, but you'll be alright! Look! It doesn't burn! Come on!
Kate! Oh my god, no!
Go away!
Kate!
So,
I'm a Moriarty! I'm the devil's daughter!
that's the name of the game.
I'm a monster!
Ah!
What? That does not make you a monster.
Yes! That's why you've always lied to me!
I only lied in order to protect you. You're still so young, my god! Ask Watson!
I was lied to all of my life! Do you have any
So,
idea?
is
how
the fact that
that
this boat is
feels?
on fire a complete coincidence? Like,
Shut up! That's how you
I
feel.
thought maybe
Fate
it was a
is not
plan,
like
but it
you.
seems
I
like
know
she
my
planned to burn down
daughter.
this ship. Oh, hello. But it seems it doesn't seem like she planned it that way. What am I doing?
Yeah.
Oh, what? Okay. But like, where's everyone else on this boat if this was an accident? Did it just happen to burn down?
Yes! He knows! Nothing can change fate!
What?
Listen! He allowed George Hurst to kill Lord Marsh, who was already condemned to death by tuberculosis!
But this isn't your life. You have me.
Yeah. I like just ignoring Alice.
When I'm home, we fight all the time! You're ashamed of me!
That's not true.
No. No, living at Baker Street can be dangerous. Remember the bomb.
It isn't possible!
It's true, we were literally
Don't
attacked by the
me.
Victorian uniform.
Beryl Butcher couldn't! Her father was a murderer! But Kate, she deserves to live, don't you think?
Kate, don't listen to her.
And Holmes will be murdered himself! I have foreseen it!
D.
Yeah, Kate. Yeah, Alice. If you murder him, that's not really like foresight. That's called
I may be killed one day.
Like,
It's the risk
you know,
I take, but
first-degree
my word
murder.
helps to save
Yeah,
other lives.
In the chat, they're like, can we have this conversation somewhere else?
And Percy Fleming, you save lives! No! You enjoy taking lives! You can't save me!
I do like
either.
condemning people.
Kate, you'll be safe with me. I'll protect you. I care about you.
How can you trust him? He's killed your real father, Kate!
That's not entirely true, isn't it? Like Moriarty jumped off the.
I don't know.
guess
Yeah, in the books they
Holmes tackled
yeah.
Moriarty. How cruel!
Yeah.
It puts it on her.
You a child. You're a mad woman. You know I had no choice.
See? Everything is determined! Remember the signs! Our meeting! The ceremony!
Kate, no. Alice is deranged. She can't communicate with the dead.
See? It is time! The next life awaits us!
No, Kate, she would make the boat crash to kill you. She knew that you would hesitate.
I don't care!
Oh no, did I fuck up?
I don't belong anywhere!
You belong with me, Kate. We're family.
Daddy! I don't know what I'm doing! Help me!
Ah! Kate! Kate! Oh, God. Are you all right? She really was the devil's daughter. Over here!
That's also
Hurry, the
a
boat's going down!
You underestimate my power.
Don't try it, Ellis. So,
I have the sea level.
yeah, did she just burn down that boat?
So sorry.
I think so.
I'm sorry.
Whereas everybody else, did she also own the boat? Like, they're just out in the middle of nowhere with this steam ship.
Now, granted, we don't actually see her die, so equal.
The boat uses anime logic. I like it. At the end of the game, what?
Oh man.
What?
Excuse me.
What the fuck? All right, that well, there wasn't even a mystery in that one.
I mean, that was the game. But I mean, like, even with that kind of ending, though, it's not like they could have done like a follow-up mission or something. And not
Yeah,
feel
yeah,
like
I
really
mean-
funky.
I guess it was pretty clear that was the end of the game once like we're in a burning boat. They have good emotional conversation, but like, it's, like that doesn't make it just feels weird, like narratively and gameplay wise, right? Oh yeah, the sound. Yeah, the game's just loud as hell right now.
Oh yeah, okay, cool. I'm seeing. Now, do you think there's gonna be like an epilogue, like
I
scene, or
honestly,
like her? I wonder if Kate's gonna get all, like into the dead.
oh yeah. I mean,
With,
I
like,
feel
that
like this
last
would be
shot.
a bad kind of experience that would turn you off, right? Right, like this is not.
Trauma works in mysterious ways.
I guess the game is just gonna be loud as fuck. I don't even know. Like, if I turn it down on my computer, will I do it? Like, if I hit escape now, it'll just end the credits. I think. Let me see. Okay, well, if I tab out, it does mute it. Let's see. I'm gonna turn to like 50. Let's see if that works. Oh nope. All right, I skipped the credits anyway. Nice. Wow, that's just it. That's the whole thing. There's not even an epilogue after that. Yeah, is it just... Yep. Yeah, wow. All right, John. So the reason that I picked this game was because I wanted to solve some mysteries. And also because it was $1 on Steam. And like, I'm just thinking that just isn't why they made this game. This kind of feels like a Walking Dead, like Telltale kind of game that just happens to have some mini games that are related to solving crimes. Wait, are you talking right now? Like, did I mute all my audio? Is that what happened here? I can't hear. I can't hear anything. John, are you there? Am I all alone? Can you guys hear me in the chat? Okay. I mean, yes, we're all fundamentally alone. But John, can you hear me? Okay, I don't know what. Or yeah, John, you can hear me, but are you talking? Because I just don't hear anything at all after I touch the ABCD. I don't understand. Why did my audio stop? I'm gonna go to the website and play some music to see if I can hear it. John is messaging me that he can hear me, but okay, got John. Let's see. Okay, so I have audio. I don't know what. Here, I'll just call John back. Yeah, I played a YouTube video real quick to see if okay, you're back. I don't know what happened there.
Yeah, I don't know either. Yeah, I was just saying the ABCs, but trying to talk and type at the same time. So a lot more.
Yeah, so I wanted to play this game because I wanted to solve some mysteries. But it feels more like this is like kind of like a Telltale like visual novel kind of game, and it just has mini games that are about solving crimes sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So like I don't know if I just went into it with the wrong mindset or if it's just bad. But I didn't really like it.
But to play devil's advocate, why was it a good game? Like, that's the best way to understand your opinion is to understand the opposite. So, why is this actually a good mystery game? Or not even that. Well, why is it a good game? Is it like a good other kind of game? Is it, so you said it's like a nice kind of like digital novel. Okay, so what makes it being a good digital novel?
I was trying to think, like, what's the connection between all of the cases? And, like, I don't know. Like, so maybe it's family. Like, in the last case, there was a father who was trying to take care of his daughter, right? So that's obviously related to the last case, which is, taking care of Kate, right? And Alice, I guess.
And then the first case was a son and his father.
Right, but like the child wasn't important. That was just like our hook into this case. Like we didn't even see the kid again. He was just the one who told us that the father was missing, and then the case was about nobles hunting people for sport, I guess.
But the father was doing it because he was wanting to provide for his child.
I guess. Second case was the Mayan one, which didn't have anything to do with parenting or children, unless you count like the weird pygmy guy who's not a child.
Well, in a way, it seems like a father-son relationship, right? He was doing what he could to protect his son.
Okay. God, what happened after that? After the Mayan one was the one that I liked, the one that felt very Sherlocky, and that was that was the bomb one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Don't think there were any. I guess. No, I don't think there were any kids in that one.
No.
And then there was the really fast one with the car crash, which is the one that had which is the second to last one with the guy and his sick daughter.
Yeah.
So like, I guess narratively, like some of that ties in, but I don't know. I guess I have a problem playing devil's advocate. I'm not very good at it. I don't know. Like, I felt like Alice being a complete lunatic at the end was kind of out of nowhere. Like,
yeah,
we knew that she was into seancing, but like that's not quite what we saw here, right? And then like we had the thing with Moriarty at the end, but like I don't know.
I also like that they don't confirm that it was like a Victrola was playing Moriarty's voice.
Yeah.
Like that's the one thing I think that kind of put me off on this. It seemed to be far too supernatural.
Well,
like as if like ghosts and shit like that's real.
Yeah, like I think I mentioned it. Like it felt like the cases are different writers. At least some of them, like, because some cases like were very grounded, and some were like maybe Mayan ancient temple magic is real, and maybe she's actually talking to a ghost. We don't know, right? And I don't know. I haven't read any Sherlock Holmes books, but like I feel like they're pretty grounded.
Mm-hmm. Because I really feel like How to the Baskervilles, at least are the ones I read, is the only one that's like relatively mystical, and it's all easily explained away.
Yeah. Okay, so we're going to play the Great Ace Attorney at some point. Not next because it's not out yet.
Yeah.
And I was thinking about how both of these games like have very different approaches to mystery, or at least like crime solving. So like all of the Ace Attorney games, basically like they each have their own little gimmicks, but like it's pretty much like there's two phases of the game. Like there's like the investigation phase where like the game just dumps a ton of information on your lap.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's very much like a visual novel. Like you just read tons of text, you visit locations, and you get evidence. And like there's no way to miss evidence. There's no way to lock yourself out of any path. It's just like exploring all of the different branches, and you get all of them. And then there's the like court phase of the game where people give testimony, and then you have to match a line of testimony with some evidence that contradicts it, and that's the whole game. And like it's very linear. Like you can't accidentally convict the wrong guy. Like, and in each case, like it's like the first half you don't know who did it. You just know that you have to prove it's not your client, and then for the second half, like you know who it is. You have to prove how they did it, or like how it couldn't have been anybody else. And in this game, it's like you do some mini games, you get some information, you go through all of the paths on the like conclusion thing, and then you decide who you think did it at the end.
Yeah. Which to me that seems far more like actual investigation.
Right. So at first shake, like that seems better. Like it seems like you get more choices. It seems like it's trying to emulate the experience of being Sherlock Holmes and like not being sure who did it. And part of it is because like you're playing the detective rather than the defense lawyer, I guess. But I don't think it results in a better game, at least here. Because I think the Phoenix Wright formula is much better at getting you to think about all the information, like, and actually understand what's happening and like who's going to do what and why they do it. So they get rid of lots of like your choice, like you can't accidentally get the wrong person, right? Or like you don't have a choice of like what to investigate or like who to trust. It's pretty much just you just go through this cycle of getting information and then pointing out contradictions. But the writing is good, and like you have so many options. Like in this we have like 3 endings for each case. But in a given like Phoenix Wright trial, like when you're trying to prove contradictions, you have like 20 items in your inventory and like 8 lines of testimony, so you can't possibly just guess. Like you have to think about it. And the scenarios that come up are good. Real quick, Jake, I'm trying to only do games that we haven't played yet, so like we get a good experience. And I've already played the first 3 Phoenix Wright, but I know they're on Steam now. I don't remember what Zero Escape is.
Now, where would you place L.A. Noire?
It's been a long time since I played that, but like, I think I liked L.A. Noire better than this. Like, I think like there was more to differentiate the different suspects, and like there was it had a lot of the Phoenix Wright like contradiction thing. It's just like you can screw it up, and like that is more realistic, but it's also stressful, and I don't think makes a good game. Like it's just frustrating. Like, oh, I accidentally missed the objection on this one line of witness testimony, and now I'm locked out of the entire case. Like, so like it's more realistic, but it's not fun.
Well, I will have to say that with like L.A. Noire, it won't let you miss evidence. And even like if you're questioning people, I think you can have like the wrong people arrested, But once you get later into the game, I don't think it really allows you
But
to
is
do
that
that.
a design choice, or is that they ran out of money making the game? They couldn't make all the alternate paths for each case, so they just didn't put it in.
It's possible it's
Yeah, yeah.
both, if not just the
Yeah,
latter. But
and so like as a mystery game, I don't like this one at all. Like it, and then maybe we're just dumb, but like in the last case, I don't think there was anything strongly making one suspect over the other, or no, not the like maybe not the. Shit, I'm getting them all mixed up. The
are you
one,
talking about like the car wreck one?
yeah, but in the bomb case,
Mhm.
there like we were confused about why it was that person, right? Like even in the
Yeah.
cutscene afterward, it didn't really make it clear. It's like all they all deny it in all of the cutscenes you get. Like there's no like Holmes isn't like, aha, I know because of this piece of evidence.
Yeah,
Like it's the same thing.
There's no big
Yeah.
Perry Mason confession.
Right.
Right.
But the game also just tells you which one's right, effectively, by telling you who picked what. And like there isn't that much distinguishing evidence
No.
for it, for any of them. And then it's kind of the same thing in the car crash case. Like it could have been any of them. It's just I think it's the father because that's the most dramatic one.
Yeah.
Like,
and granted, he does confess.
Right, but he only confesses in one of the two. Like he only confesses if you absolve him.
Mm-hmm.
And like I don't know, maybe I'm just dumb, but like I don't think the evidence really strongly goes to any one of them, and I think that's because they want it to be difficult to pick who it is correctly. Right? Because that's basically like that's the only point that you really make a choice in the game is who to convict. And so like they want to make that hard.
See, but in a way I kind of like that, right? Because it's how like actual like deduction or like police work would be, right? So it's like you've got a bunch of evidence and now you're trying to piece it together. And depending upon how you interpret, the evidence could point you in an entirely different direction. I'm not saying the game pulls it off flawlessly
Yeah. I mean, like,
or does it well.
I see why they want that. I just think it's really hard to deliver that in a video game and be satisfying.
Yeah, I was actually telling Mary about the bomb one, and how I still stand firm that I think like who was it that we originally or like very strongly felt it was? It was the actor, right?
That was the one where the actor kept sabotaging stuff. Like constantly. Like it was way stronger than like there was him, there was the criminal that Holmes had arrested in the past who hated Holmes because like his brother got hurt in the raid or something.
Yeah.
And then there was the guy who apparently really did it, who got arrested by Holmes in the past but was like, whatever. I got out. I got my money back. Like right?
Yeah.
And it was him? Like yeah, and like there was
and
so
to
much
me,
stuff.
It was like the actor was far more compelling.
Yeah.
So.
And like the actor even kind of breaks down and admits guilt when you convict him, but it's not him. Like.
Well, at least the general consensus.
Yeah, at least according to all these people, according to the game, and like the game never told me like, he definitely didn't do it, right? So I don't know if I did. Like, did I get it wrong? Like.
Yeah.
And we'll see. So like, in terms of like putting you in the shoes of the detective and like you had to make a choice, I guess this game, it has that. But in terms of compelling you to actually think about the evidence and like find problems and think about it, I said that twice, but like I think the Phoenix Wright formula is much better in terms of that part of it. In terms of like the logical thinking, like ruling out possibilities, I think it's much better. But I guess we'll see when we play that game.
It almost kind of seems like that if the Phoenix Wright games had like this game's like evidence gathering and Phoenix Wright's like critical thinking,
I mean,
you'd have like a very good game.
Yeah,
is that kind of what you're saying?
I mean, it's kind of hard to mix them because like one of them is like you can't make mistakes, like you can't get the wrong guy. It's very linear, but I guess we'll see it. I I'm using this as like as distinct from like the fact that this is like in 3D and like you can actually do mini games in the environment and like walk around the city. Like I think that's nice, but it's like a side story to at least what I wanted out of the game, like the mystery
Yeah.
solving aspect.
Yeah,
And
you
like
weren't necessarily wanting to play a minigame game in
right,
like a Sherlock Holmes game.
right, and like especially early, like the first couple of cases, there were so many mini games. Like we played that
Oh yeah.
bocce ball game for like an hour, and it never came up again. It was just there. And like there was the point where we were the boy like tailing a guy through the city and stuff. Like that was there and then it was gone. There was a boy chimney sweeping minigame.
Oh yeah. Which, like, I will have to say, I think the mini games, at least to me, were the most compelling. Was the imagination, like where you had to,
yes,
like,
put things in
do the correct order.
In order, yes, I like that. Especially like in the car crash one, where there's like 13 things and you have to put them in order. I think that was good, and that is closer to what Phoenix Wright does.
Oh, okay.
It's more like because like that wouldn't let us do it wrong. Like right, like Sherlock was said, if we did it wrong, Sherlock would be like, no, that's not it. But it made us think about, okay, well this thing must have happened to cause this thing to cause that thing, and then we found out that there was a contradiction. The cart wasn't stopped by the shocking; it was stopped before the shocking, and then it was shocked by someone, right?
Yeah.
So that is closer to the Phoenix Wright formula, and that was one of the best puzzles of the game.
Well, yeah, and that's what I liked about that too, is that you had to interview all the people, and then based on that, gave you the clues that would allow you, to initiate that process.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then like, like there's like the Mayan temple part where there's some decent puzzles.
Yeah.
But like it didn't feel like Sherlock Holmes, right? It felt like Crash Bandicoot or something.
Yeah, or even like Uncharted, like the where the floor tiles like fall out from under you.
Yeah. So yeah, I could ramble on about the gameplay, and then like the story. Like sometimes, like in order to keep the illusion of like, it could be any of these suspects alive, like there was information that we should have had that we didn't have. Like in the first case, it just did a time skip ahead when we were being chased by the criminal, even though like if we had actually followed Sherlock through that whole sequence of events, he would have seen who the criminal was.
Oh yeah.
Like
then it would have been far less disorienting.
Like the pacing was weird. Like some cases were way longer than others. Like the Mayan Temple case took us like 3 episodes, I think.
Oh, and, like, well, I mean, the thing is, like, that Mayan temple had no reason to be that long.
Yeah. And like this last case, the climax of the entire game was like 40 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Like, all the other cases were like at least 2 hours. So like narratively, that feels really weird. It kind of feels more like if it was like a weekly like comic book or something, and like there's a case a week, and like this is just 5 random cases from that, like an arbitrary chunk of 5 cases, right? Which I guess is kind of how this series of games is made.
Yeah, I'm curious to see what other entries in this franchise would be like.
Right.
I assume it's a lot of the same.
Yeah, I imagine it's. I mean, I don't know. Maybe they tweaked, like maybe there's less mini games or different writers or something, but it's. I imagine it's the same formula. Well, I don't know what to do for the rest of the episode, because we usually go over 2 hours and we have 45 minutes left, and the game's over.
Wow.
I haven't picked out another game yet. We're gonna play something else.
Yeah, I don't know.
We're gonna play like something else until Ace Attorney comes out on Steam. Jake says that reviews suggest that this is a big step down from the previous games in the series, which is interesting. So I'll have to look into like why that is. Like, I saw on Steam when I bought the game that like people didn't like all the mini games. So maybe that's part of it.
Hmm. I'm trying to think if there was like a particular game that came out around that era or around that period that was like very minigame heavy. And so I wonder if it was like a game inspired.
Yeah. I don't know, like this game came out in like 2016, but it
Yeah.
felt like one of the games on the Wii after it came out, where it just like shoehorns in all of these mini games to make use of the motion controls,
Hmm.
which is kind of funny. I it could be that like they were having a problem with sales, and like they saw that people wanted more action in the game, so they put in some action stuff. But it was like not, it's like I don't think anybody wanted a detailed lawn bowling minigame.
But you mean you didn't want to have like a detailed, bocce experience in a video
Yeah.
game that has nothing to do with bocce ball?
Exactly. Shocking, I know.
I can't believe it. All I wanted to do was solve cases.
Well, I guess we'll probably just cut it short. I don't know what we're gonna play next. I'm gonna try to make it something different because we're gonna go back to investigating crimes in Victorian England when the Great Ace Attorney comes out. So I'll try to make it something pretty different.
Oh, the Ace is supposed to take place in like Victorian England?
Yeah, so it's like an ancestor of Phoenix Wright or something, and he's like from Japan, and he goes to London for some reason. I don't know what the setup is, but like he's like a lawyer in Meiji era Japan, like 1890s, like the same period as this, and he goes to London for something.
Oh my god.
And like
$10. Either he effectively is Sherlock Holmes or he bumps into Sherlock
I think
Holmes.
there's a character named Sherlock Holmes, I think.
Oh my god.
I could talk about that. Yeah, so like Phoenix Wright like has gone through this like translation snafu where the game in Japanese version, it's just in Japan. Like the characters are Japanese. Like you can clearly tell that all of the settings are somewhere in Japan. And then when they translated it into English in like 2004, I guess they were like, you know what, American kids don't like Japan. They don't want to. They don't want to deal with Japanese characters, so they just translated it to make it in America, like in LA instead of Tokyo. But they didn't change any of the art. So like, there's clearly all of these Japanese people walking around Japanese settings, like.
Oh yeah, just like cherry blossom trees everywhere.
Yeah, like so.
It doesn't like their judges or things like that, like wear like almost like ornate British like garb.
Yeah, it's like clearly not the U.S. It's clearly Japan. Like
Yeah.
the court system is even like a caricature of Japan's system, so like it's not accurate, but it makes a lot more sense if you look at it. It's just, like because there's things where like there's not a jury, there's just a judge. Like like the court cases in like 3 days, like almost everybody gets convicted. Like that is much closer to the Japanese system. And so anyway, like they tried to scale that back in the later games, but like they don't want to just retcon it, so they come up with all this stuff like where the English versions of the game are in an alternate history where World War II never happened, and I guess Japan never went evil, and like they just had a lot of Japanese people settle in California. And like they went through all this shit just to avoid saying that, oh yeah, this story made in Japan is about Japanese people.
But that doesn't explain away the very different court system.
Right, it doesn't. They just I don't know what the deal is. I don't know why they like it's fucking like the early 2000s, and even today people still love Japanese culture, right? Like I don't think people would have been turned off if it was Japanese people. But anyway, I don't know if this was why they never translated the Great Ace Attorney into English, but like that is definitely about Japanese. It's like about like early industrial Japan, and so that game never got translated into English for some reason.
Huh.
I guess, and like I don't know if this is what really happened, but people all thought it was because again they just assumed that American audiences wouldn't want to play a game about that. But like, I want to play a game about that. It seems it seems like it would be pretty appealing, and we're finally getting it translated and it's coming out on Steam. So
That's wild. Oh, excuse me.
but I guess we'll just cut the show off here.
Okay.
40 minutes early, and then I'll have something picked out, something quick, I think, to play until the Great Ace Attorney comes out in July.
God.
Thanks for watching, Ben and Jake,
Mm-hmm.
and hopefully some other people at some point. Goodbye.